Hello everyone. This is the first day of your spring break. It's Friday. So I hope everyone is enjoying the first day of their spring break, and all next week you will be on spring break as well. So that being said, I'm not going to make you do any schoolwork this week or this coming week, since I want you guys to enjoy your spring break, get outside, maybe hopefully the weather will be good. So no schoolwork for this week for spring break. So have fun and enjoy that. But this video, once you get back from spring break, then on that Monday you can start or finish up watching the videos, and hopefully I'll get them all up by then. So this video is for page 4. On the very bottom it should say page 5, and it's the one with all the pictures on it and talking about perpendicular lines and angles. So that's the one that we are doing right now. All right, so number 1 says, on each object, trace at least one pair of perpendicular lines, or one pair of lines that appear to be perpendicular. So when we're talking about perpendicular lines, that's when two lines meet and create that right angle, that 90-degree angle. So here are the ones, and you might have different answers. As long as your two lines meet and create that 90-degree angle, those would work. So for this first one, I found this 90-degree angle right here, so those two lines would be perpendicular, and I drew that square in the middle to show and represent that that is a 90-degree angle. On the stop sign, I found that the T had a 90-degree angle, so those two lines would be perpendicular. On the laptop, I found that the corners, all of the corners are 90-degree angles, so if you had any of those, that would work. Also, any of the keyboards, those lines would be 90-degree angles. So they would be perpendicular lines, so they would be create that 90-degree angle. And then the corners of the bookshelf, that would create that 90-degree angle, so these two lines would be perpendicular. On the house, there's a lot of perpendicular lines on this one as well, so you could have many answers for this one. But for this, the door, these two lines are perpendicular to each other, since that it creates that 90-degree angle. And on the instrument, any of the corners of I don't know what you call these, but those lines would create a perpendicular, or they are perpendicular since they create that 90-degree angle. And then on this skyrise, I think it's what it's called, this line from this building, and then the bottom of the skyline, that would create that 90-degree angle. I also found this one right here. So there's quite a few on this one as well. And then number 2 says, how do you know if two lines are perpendicular? So like I said, when two lines meet and intersect, they create that 90-degree angle. So it would create kind of that square in that angle. So that's what I wrote. Two lines are perpendicular if they intersect and make a right angle. So all of those lines that I highlighted, those create that 90-degree angle. And then the next question asks, use the right angle template that you made in class to determine if each of the following angles is greater than, less than, or equal to a right angle, and then label each as greater than, less than, or equal to, and then connect each angle to the correct label of acute, right, or obtuse. The first one has been completed for you. So I forgot to label mine, but I did draw the lines. So when we're using that right angle template, hopefully some of you brought the note card home. If you don't have a note card at home like me, I just cut off a piece of paper or a little rectangle from a piece of paper, because all of these angles create that 90-degree angle. So you can use any type of paper, even just like some computer paper, that would be totally fine. So anything that you can find that has that right angle, that 90-degree angle, that means that you can use that as a template. So I know most of you probably didn't bring home your right angle template that we made in class. But if we put it on, let's see. So you line it up with one of the lines, and we can see that, sorry, it's kind of hard to do this over camera, but we can see that this one is less than 90 degrees, so it doesn't line up. So then that would be acute. So an acute angle is any angle that's less than 90 degrees. So A was already done for us. B, this one's kind of tricky because we don't know if it's a 90-degree angle since they didn't put that square in the middle. So always make sure to test out those when they're super close to 90 degrees. So when we line it up, let's see, there we go. When we line it up, it fits perfectly with that 90 degrees. So both lines are lined up on the paper. So that means that B is a right angle. If we go to C, we can tell that it kind of looks like obtuse, but I would test it just in case. So line it up with at least one of the lines, and we can tell this one is bigger than a right angle, so that means it would be obtuse. So any angle that is bigger than a right angle is obtuse. If we go to D, this one clearly looks like an obtuse angle since it's a lot bigger and wider than a 90-degree angle. But if we test it, we can tell it's an obtuse angle. So D is obtuse. E looks like an acute angle, but I'm going to go ahead and test it just in case. So if I line it up with one of the lines, I can tell that it's smaller than a right angle, so that's going to be acute. So E is acute. F, this one's also super close to a right angle, it looks like. So I'm going to test it just in case. And it's slightly bigger than a right angle. So that means that it is going to be obtuse, so greater than a right angle. And then G, again, that looks super close to right angle. So I'm going to test it. If I can do it on camera, I know it's getting a little dark. There we go. And it lines up perfectly with a right angle. So G would be right angle. And then our last one, H, also looks acute, but I'm going to test it just in case. And we can tell that that is smaller than a right angle, so that's going to be acute, so less than a right angle.